For those of you listening at home, guess what carbonated beverage I placed next to the speaker? Welcome to the Beanstalk Cast.
Yeah,
Hi, everybody.
What if I told you guys this was episode 20?
My friend told me it was 20 last time. It was yesterday. So
Yeah. I didn't tell you guys, but last time was the 20th episode. This time is the 21st.
So
hey, our podcast is of legal age.
We can drink now?
Yeah.
Our podcast can drink.
We can smoke?
Yeah, so what beverage did Kevin put in front? Now we know that it can be alcoholic.
I gotcha. So yeah, Chris, what is today's topic? Because, I forgot to ask.
Two very huge things dropped this week. Nobody in this room has either of them because nobody on the planet can get them.
Oh
yeah, I went scouting for these on my day off yesterday.
Oh, you're talking about the
thing of things.
The thing of
The
things.
two things.
The two things, okay.
I asked and everyone said we're out, stop asking. I'm like, but are you going to get more? They're like, we're out. I'm like, very standoffish. You think establishments would be like, no, bring your business here. We want it. They're like, no, go away.
We sold them to all the bots. And they'll be selling them to you at twice the price.
But then you go on YouTube and then people be like, oh yeah, so I bought 10 PlayStations, and I'm like, man, I hate you, YouTuber man, how dare you? And you just see their cameras jitter over to their pile.
I see YouTubers getting them for free, and I'm going, man,
I hate
one day.
No, see, we just gotta hurry up and get that prestige, yo.
I know.
They'll be sending stuff our way.
GameStop has prestige.
I know, but we don't have prestige. We're only 21 episodes in, yo. We haven't really established ourselves just yet.
Yeah.
If we haven't made it obvious already, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X released this week. I believe Tuesday.
I always forget the name
Xbox
of the
on
convention for
Tuesday
the
and the
Xbox.
PlayStation on Thursday, yeah.
I always keep thinking like Series S or something.
No, there's
There's
a Series S.
I know.
The digital version.
I get them all confused.
Yeah, the drive-through speaker thing.
It's almost like it's a stupid name for a console.
A little bit. When are we going to get the Xbox 720 or the Xbox 2?
No, they don't want to do stuff like that. They want to find new things to call their stupid consoles.
Oh, man. So, Sony, want to send us a free PS5, so we can test it out?
You know what, Sony, we know you got the money to send it. How about 3 PlayStations and 1 Xbox?
We'll sell out.
Sony, I don't know how you're going to get that Xbox, but if you could send us an Xbox with a Sony sticker on it, man, we don't care.
All the things that we've said about Xbox and PlayStation without being paid, like, imagine what we'd do if we had free PlayStation 5s.
Oh, man, I don't know what I'd do.
So,
what do you want me to do? That's the question, really.
I would break into...
I will do terrible, disgusting, unforgivable things, Sony. You know that's what you want. No, not really. I'll pay maybe a little bit more than the initial retail price, but I don't know.
Well,
man,
if you're gonna make me pay more, then I guess the deal's off on my part because I want for free. I got a PC.
No, I've been watching that Spider-Man, that Miles Morales. Man, it
makes you really
I've
want it.
only heard that the game's a slam dunk, that the controller, the haptic feedback is amazing, that everything, the load times are great. I've only heard people slobbing on the PlayStation's knob. Xbox is virtually silent. I don't know how to gauge it.
Probably because the Xbox didn't have any games, right?
Yeah, there's that.
But, no, but they had the what is it? Game Pass spot?
Game Pass.
I forget the name.
They supposedly have backwards compatibility. You would probably hear about that if it were a big deal. For PlayStation, on the other hand, I saw a thing because we just played Ghost of Tsushima the other day when we were streaming. I saw a thing was added to the menu for PS5 share.
Oh, remote play?
Remote play.
Isn't like connect to PS5 or something?
Yeah.
Because I literally just saw a picture that someone was like,
oh yeah, the little icon.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell's this? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't played my PS4 yet.
PS5 remote play. I don't know what it is because I don't have a PS5, but
yeah,
the PS5 on the other hand has PS4 share, which is like anything that was on your library for the PS4 on your account, bring it over to PS5. It's perfectly fine.
And I doubt this is the case, but if it is the case, that'd be pretty awesome. So like with a computer, right, you can remotely access another computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if with the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 4 you can remotely access your PS5 from your PS4? So you're just playing the PS5 on your PS4.
Didn't they have something like that where it was on like the Vita or the PSP, and then you would play that way like through PlayStation? I think back in 3, I want to say.
I mean, they had something similar with the Nintendo 64 back in the day, where you had like the whole Game Boy cartridge inside the N64, but that's a little bit different.
Yeah, there was that. For the PS3, you could play your PS Vita and PSP libraries.
Okay, that makes.
And then when
sense.
it came to the Vita, you could play your Vita titles on your PS4. So PlayStation has been doing this stuff for a while, and there's nothing different with the PS5.
So that's my question though. Is it like where I access my PS5 from my PS4? We just like.
Also, I noticed. I'm hoping my DLC for my PS4 games is also included because I haven't seen a console do that yet. Come on, PS5.
Oh, so when you buy like a PS3 game, right, and then you buy that same game on the PS4, you don't have the DLC, huh?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bring all of my content over.
Dude,
Come
sucks.
on, PlayStation.
I never had to deal with this because I only buy my games once, and that's it. I never buy it for another console once I buy it. But
Well,
yeah.
there is the reach around where you buy the game again, and it's like, no, this edition just has all the stuff anyway, and you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna forget that all my stuff got deleted previously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love you, Persona. But, anyways. Again, you gotta get on that royal, bro. It's
I know.
wear the mask while you play and immersion. Then you can rip it off whenever a fight starts. Love it.
And if you don't know what Kevin is referencing, I did buy the collector's edition because
Yeah, man, he sent us the pictures when it came in the mail. I was so jealous.
And then
I'm
when
jealous
Kevin,
even now.
and then when Kevin came over, he got to hold it.
Oh, I did. It made me more jealous. I'll be honest. I was very jelly that day.
Oh, no, it was my prized possession. Next to the Index.
Mm-hmm.
So something that I heard about the Series X,
Yes.
people have been putting ping pong balls on the top because the fan like naturally levitates a ping pong ball.
Man, that's cool.
It's the coolest thing I've ever seen a console do, and it has nothing to
Wow.
do with games.
Dang. I need me
Also-
levitating ping pong ball. That's what I need.
But the one thing I heard about the Xbox is that it runs quiet like a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that mean it just doesn't work?
No, I mean, maybe Xbox was in line when they're like, oh yeah, our hardware though. Yeah, no, a couple of people I've watched that were live streaming like the like day one launch opening and testing it out and what have you. Of course, I can't hear the lack of noise, of course, but they're like, oh yeah, we haven't heard a peep out of it this whole time, crazy. And I'm like, oh, that's. I like that compared to my jet engine that is the PS4.
I mean, I've got a jet engine of a computer, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys heard it while we were
Yeah.
What?
playing.
Yeah, no, but it's cool, man. It becomes background noise. It's okay.
It really does.
But no doubt, I didn't have like any reservations that the Series X or the PS5 would be anything less than amazing in terms of hardware and technology. So it's not like when I was on the PS5 side, it's not like I was like Series X is going to be a terrible console. My problem is that when I buy a video game console, I want to play good video games.
And there's no point in buying a console if there are no good video games for that console.
Well, I mean, as it stands, it had no launch titles, but
Yeah.
it's well known that they have acquired quite a bit of. They bought Bethesda of all places.
Yeah,
so.
to get their quote-unquote exclusives.
Which will come to PC, so I'm quite happy here.
For us non-PC gamers like me and Kevin, like, sure, that's a win in the Xbox corner, but for Ismot...
I like the certainty of when I buy a game and insert it into my system, it's gonna work. I don't have to go through the hackle of, oh no, I gotta change. Oh no, I can't run it on my computer setup because of
I love...
Speaking of which, by the way, we tried to stream Lost Dimension the other day. Oh my god, it was a wreck. It was a train. For whatever reason, it just wouldn't capture the game.
It kept screwing up.
So like I tried to set it to game capture, wouldn't show anything. If I set it to window capture, it would show the screen, but once I was in game, it would just freeze. So it would only work while I was on OBS, and it was really weird. So like Chris was like, I was like, Chris, it's working though, because I'm on the same screen that is showing up on the screen.
Yeah, and then I was watching the stream through Twitch, and I was like, no, I'm watching this one shot of this guy. So,
But apparently the audio was perfectly fine.
yeah,
So,
the audio.
So just use your imagination.
I heard a whole bunch of cool things happening.
Oh man.
I was stuck staring at the same guy the whole time.
So yeah, whoever was watching that, I feel so bad for you. I'm sorry.
I tuned
Chris
out.
was the only one, I think, so,
Yeah, I said something about it not working, and then you didn't respond for a while, and I was like, I'm going to go to sleep.
See, because I kept asking, like, Chris, is it working now? Chris, is it working? I got no response. I was like, all right, I'm just going to close this. I was like, Chris, if you're watching, we're shutting this thing
I'm
down.
giving up.
But no, like, because with that game, so I don't know what was up, but there was a Windows update that kind of borked the game, so I couldn't play it. And it was only until yesterday that they finally updated the game.
Yeah, see, that doesn't
so that
happen
it worked
with
with
consoles.
the
I'm
Windows
gonna defend
update.
consoles at this point. Yeah.
But that was it, really. It's an old game. It was I think a PS Vita exclusive originally.
Lost Dimension?
Yeah, or PSP.
Yeah, that sounds...
Either PSP or PS Vita, one of the.
It was a handheld Sony title.
And then it got ported to PC like 3 or 4 years ago. So I was not expecting an update, and they updated it, and I was like, oh, thank the Lord, Now I can actually play the game I bought and paid for.
But you might like this because you were a fan of the Atlas.
I am
So
a fan of
Atlas is starting to take notice of the truckloads and truckloads of money people are dumping to buy their Persona 4 Golden on the PC.
Yeah, so they're
And they're like,
bringing
oh
all
my gosh,
sorts.
maybe people want our games on more than one platform. And I wanted to punch a hole through my phone. I'm like, no, duh, Atlas, come on now.
No, so I think Lost Dimension was actually one of those ports that they did way back when, before they tried the Persona 4 Golden. And as it kind of failed, which is why, they didn't do it again. But now we got Persona 4 Golden, and...
Port Persona 4 Golden to a console, please. Please, Atlas, come on. Please?
Atlas, do it and then port it to the Switch.
See, that's okay. Port it to a console I could play on, please. Please.
Just keep it on PC. Make it all PC exclusive, just for me.
We're gonna have to talk later.
What if they made a port for it for the Dreamcast?
Now, why would they go and do a thing like that, Christopher?
Because there are...
Was there an announcement for a Dreamcast that I was unaware of?
No, there was an...
Second
they're
Dreamcast 2.
There people.
The Dreamcaster? More of a Dreamcast than it ever was?
There's this team that's making a game for the Dreamcast.
Are you serious?
They're like gonna release it online, and you can download the whatever.
Did you ever get your Dreamcast to work,
No.
Christopher?
No.
Chris is the only one here that owns Dreamcast, right?
No,
Unless
see,
you, Kevin.
the lore is you actually owned 2 Dreamcasts, didn't you? But
Yeah.
one didn't even make it, did it?
One got lost somewhere, and then they didn't pay me back. And then the
Then
second
instead
one,
of coming to his senses and be like, man, maybe I shouldn't get a Dreamcast, what did you do, sir?
I bought a second one.
Now, does the second Dreamcast work? It does not, correct?
It worked for the first few days that I had it.
I tried to play Code Veronica on it. I think I got past the home screen and then that was it. It would just die every time.
So wait, why do you have a broken Dreamcast? Want to explain this to me?
What do you mean? Why do I have a broken Dreamcast?
Because everyone has a broken Dreamcast. That's how they come.
Is that why it doesn't exist anymore?
It doesn't exist anymore, for sure.
Okay. I'm assuming that's why, because,
Well, Matt-
Can I still get a Dreamcast if I wanted one?
Yeah. You can walk on down to the game trade and pick one up.
You mean the game trade that doesn't exist anymore?
Oh yeah, ours closed down.
It's Trader Joe's now.
I know.
It's what? What are you talking about? We already had a Trader Joe's.
No, it's Trader Joe's.
They built a second one right next door.
Oh wait, no, okay, yeah, it was already there. Well, it's like whatever. I don't know. I think it's a gym now or something.
Man,
It probably is a gym. I mean, that's what they did with John's.
where's
Grill
the
Pizza.
mom and pop store that knows what's up with the retro gaming? Where's that store at? Come on, you need to rise up out of this funk.
So it's okay. It's okay. Bulbasaur came in there at the right time. Thanks
I
for
said
that.
funk.
Oh,
There are no curse words
No,
here.
there was a
You revealed the name of Chernobyl. The Chernobyl true name.
Yeah.
No, man, no. We
There's not too many.
So for those of you listening at home, my two conspirators over here are giving me this look. I don't understand. I said the name of a town, which we may or may not live in. Who knows?
It is where.
No, we'll
Yes.
see. But they don't know where. I just mentioned a town. I didn't say what state. Now, anyways.
Well, there's
Pennsylvania. I don't know if that even exists.
the lore is that
The lore is that there are no game trades where we live, and we're in desperate need of one.
Dude, there is nothing here. There really is nothing that I can think of in the city.
if anything cool opens up, it closes down 2 years later.
Like Red Robin.
Yes.
Oh, you know they're opening an In-N-Out there now?
I heard about. Actually,
gonna-
didn't we talk about this on a much earlier podcast?
Oh, we might.
Yeah, when we didn't have anything to talk about,
Oh,
we
the
were
food.
talking
Yeah,
about
okay.
food.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be an In-N-Out now.
Are you sure? Because that was a while back, and I don't think they've made any steps to toward that endeavor.
I think it takes a while. I know someone's taking the place where Osh used to be.
Also, there's
Yeah.
what about the old husk that used to be Outback Steakhouse? That's just there still.
Yeah, it's just condemned now, you know.
We just have to leave it. They're just going to torment us by keeping that Outback there, but it's not open.
But yeah, what we need here is definitely like a game shop or something, because I can't think of any. At least none that I know of.
No, we need the store that you go to, not for the new stuff, but like I want to say, because they had N64 stuff, they had Game Boy Classics, they had
everything at that place.
They had Xboxes, they had Xbox Originals, mind you. They had GameCubes, they had PlayStations, they had Elite Wii's, Elite. Man, you could walk. They had a wall that was just Game Boy cartridges, classic, and you're like, oh man,
It was such a nice place, and they had tournaments there too. I think,
yeah,
right?
you could also just sign up, and then they had a program for every dollar you spent or whatever would go toward. Oh, you get this amount of time in or whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
And they also had like a little bit of an arcade-esque thing.
Yeah,
going. Man, we don't have any of that stuff here anymore, do we?
Now here's a big question: did the company go bankrupt, or did our store in particular just not make it?
Is it a big company, like a corporation, or is it like a?
Well, I mean, I don't think. I like to think there's more than one game trade in the universe, but I mean, if there's not, there's one less.
Definitely, but I feel like Game Trade is a very generic name, and a lot of shops use that, whether it's trademarked or not. So I think there are game trades around the nation. It's just that they're probably not a chain.
It might be just like a small business thing, and they're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're gone now.
because like I'll still see commercials from time to time about Outback Steakhouse, so it makes me wonder. Oh, did our branch just not know what they were doing, or?
Yes.
If this thing ever pans out, this podcast thing, Chris, what we ought to do is make our own little game shop. It'd be good fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but
It'll be the beans shop.
I mean, until then, when
No, we gotta start somewhere. Sony, how about those PlayStations, yo? We gotta. Come on now.
Yeah, let's strike up a deal.
I'll say this, when this pandemic stuff clears up a little bit more, and if we're able to go to San Jose, then I know what kind of shop I'm taking to you guys to.
Oh, I do know a shop in Berkeley as well.
Yeah.
Also, if no
we
one
can
knows
do.
where we are, how is Sony gonna send these PlayStations?
Um.
I revealed there's a town.
Do you know what?
I said it again.
We'll give
That's
them a
right,
P.O.
Sony.
box. That's what we'll do.
Well. But then we need to
How
get
much
a
will
PO
that
box.
cost? Have you seen the PlayStation? It's not as big as people say, but
All right, we'll send them to my house and just call it a day.
right. If that's the case, we're gonna have to go on the honor system. You gotta let us know day one when they come.
Of course, I will.
Can't just show up one day and be like, "Why do you have 3 PS stations just hooked up? What the hell?"
We're not gonna surprise you all, you know.
Why do you have 3 PS5 boxes and 2 of them have sold signs on them?
Well, I sold one to Kevin, and then the other one I sold to Greg.
Oh, man.
You would immediately
Man,
exit my
if you
life
sold
is
one to
why.
Greg, we would never know. Man. He would just sit on it. Man. Although he might be a little bit more absent and be like, Greg, we know you don't come out of your room quite as much. It's like, oh, we just assume, he's just spanking the monkey or, doing whatever.
watching VTubers.
Oh, those VTubers.
Isn't that like a virtual YouTuber?
Yes, you know those 3D models that they have on YouTube videos of the Japanese girls.
So how did this thing get popular? Can I ask?
It started with Kizuna Ai, who I don't think she was the first, but she was popular because she's an actual AI. That's where the name comes from. AI.
Yeah.
And she played video games, and she was just on screen playing video games, being cute like an anime girl, and then the otakus and the weeaboos stormed in, and then
they shot their load all over her.
yeah, and then so many other companies were like, we need to get
and
in
then
on this.
they followed
So,
suit.
so this is an artificial intelligence actually playing a game.
It's an artificial intelligence, but the gameplay I don't think is by the AI.
Oh, so it's actually by a player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about
Okay.
to say, is the AI designed to be a human level good at games? So that means they could suck from time to time, or is it...
No,
No,
it's just
it's a god. It just speed runs everything.
No, okay. Now, see, here's a question: do you prefer if someone's really good or really bad at a game?
Depends what game. Really, it depends.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because like
Okay, but base level, no knowledge, go.
so like if it's like a Phasmophobia, for example, yeah, I want them to kind of suck at it, because that's what's fun about it. But if they're going to be playing like something like a Total War or something like that,
I mean, a game that requires skill, you want
yeah,
to,
yeah,
you
I
want
want
to see
them to
double
be
down.
yeah. I want to be skilled.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. When I watch like any fighting game stream, I'm like, man, if they don't watch this person, I'm gonna stop watching. That's kind of messed up, but
I mean,
man, you YouTubers, you know how to pull it out though, so good job.
I mean, when I was playing Escape from Tarkov, I completely failed miserably at it. So I don't know.
It was fun for me.
Yeah, because Chris likes to watch me, fail miserably.
Honestly, I think I like both because I feel like the fails are more honest and I don't know, it's I guess more relatable. I guess, and it's all part of the human experience.
Because we all fail.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why people don't like Superman. They're like, man, you're so perfect, we hate you, and he's like, oh.
Makes sense because I don't like Superman either.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah. No, I like Batman and his superpower, the ability to prepare.
Yes, the Batman is the best hero in my opinion. Yes.
Batman beat the Justice League. Do you guys remember this? Because Batman's like, man, we are so strong, but what if we were bad? Then there'd be no stopping us. And it's like, yeah, Batman, you're right. And then he's like, okay, in my computer, I will list all the ways to defeat every single one of us. And it's like, and the plans worked. And I'm like, have you got? I think it's called Justice League Doom, I believe.
See, I haven't seen this, but I know I've heard this conversation.
Yeah, no,
a few
villain
times.
hacks into Batman's computer, and it's like, oh, what are these? And it's like the contingency plans, and they all work. And they're like, Batman, you a-hole. And he's like, no.
Batman's a G though.
Yeah, the fact that he's like, Batman, just a regular person, defeated all these superheroes.
I mean, he destroys Superman. Ben Affleck. He completed.
No, like
demolishes
by
him.
the core members, he has like all these like lore explanations, but as he gets to like Red Tornado and Arrow, he's like, oh, EMP. I'm just gonna. He's a person. I'm just gonna slit his throat. And then I'm like, dang, Batman, is just OG. And then Batman's like, well, if it were me, he's like, oh, my ability to want to save people. So if you have a hostage situation, and it's like, oh, like how Joker did Batgirl.
The Killing Joke. Is that what we're referring to?
Yeah.
It was a really good movie, by the way. I watched it. It was good.
Yes. If you guys have not seen it, The Killing Joke is now on Netflix. Now, please go
And
and
it
show
is.
your support, man.
It was too good. It was good. I enjoyed
Also,
it.
what's better, the animated DCU or the live-action MCU?
No, animated.
Animated
From
DCU?
from that Killing Joke, I thought that was better than half of the Marvel films.
Or should it be the Batman CU?
Yeah, probably.
Animated
it-
Batman. Right? Because
It might as well just be Batman.
when they wanted to throw DC, it's like, no, it's Batman and who he's teaming up with this time.
I mean, the only other thing that I liked besides Batman is the Teen Titans, and that was kind of it.
And remember when Batman teamed up with the Teen Titans and then they were the best? And then...
I think I missed this one.
Yeah, the Teen Titans have also made their way into the animated cinematic universe. And again, their movie is also good.
I gotta go watch this movie now.
Superman gets possessed by Raven's dad, the devil, and he becomes Satanic Superman. And I'm like, man,
Wow.
Oh man, Raven's dad is a prick.
But
he's also like a deer, man. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
I just remember
His eyebrows turn into a second pair of eyes. Yeah, and he's scary, yo.
because he lives in the mirror, right, or something.
I don't know. I believe she it's more like the Naruto Nine-Tailed Fox situation where the father is sealed inside the daughter or something.
Okay, I got you.
and
man. So yeah, PlayStations and Xboxes, but no one got any. crazy.
That sucks. So, well, when you're talking about live action MCU versus DC animated, I would say the smaller the sample size you give me, really depends. Because I would say Avengers Endgame is probably my favorite, even if it's not the greatest superhero film ever.
Yeah, no, Endgame really strong.
Preferred Infinity War over Endgame.
A lot of people do, and I get that. I understand. I think it's probably the better crossover, Infinity War.
Honestly, though, that scene where he throws... spoiler alert, you haven't seen the movie. He throws his
No,
daughter...
they've seen the movie. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, they when he throws his daughter down the cliff, you know? Mm-hmm. Gamora? Is that her name? Yeah. When he throws her.
I felt like they were foreshadowing that a little too hard right up until it actually happened.
Man, no, I felt the emotion in that scene. I felt like Thanos actually cared, because I think he actually does. And he throws her down, you know, and it's this really heartfelt scene.
No,
and then it fades to black,
no,
and the movie could have ended there, and I would have been happy. I would have left that theater.
Thanos
and I was like,
is the
this
Batman
is
of the MCU. I'm just gonna say it. No, no, in the sense that the animated DCU is doing a really good job of this. Batman is one of the most stubborn, most determined of all superheroes out there. He's not the Punisher, because Punisher will just opt out and kill you. No, Batman is Batman is a superhero, man. I tell you what.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say, like, if you took the MCU as a whole versus the DC animated as a whole, DC animated, in my opinion, is better. But when you start whittling it down, like if you were to just take the Batman movies and you were to just take the Avengers movies, in my personal taste, the Avengers movies slightly edging out Batman movies in the animated universe. But then that's like the best of the best against each other. Like, that's really going hard, and that's a hard choice to me.
Yeah.
I still pick the MCU's Avengers series because of Endgame over anything in the Batman series, which hasn't gotten me as hard as Endgame did.
See, my only issue with Endgame was the end. You
mean the very end, where
it was with Thanos, where they had like that final battle scene. It was cool and all, nice.
Also,
action
why was
stuff.
Thanos stronger in the second movie?
That's a good question.
Even though
why was he stronger without the stones in the second movie?
Because he didn't have anything to...
Is it because he didn't have that cool double blade that he had? Where was that double blade in the first movie?
Time had passed. That was like the past version of himself.
So, what I didn't like about Thanos was because he says something like particular, and I kind of forget what he says, but he says like, because like his entire ethos in the first movie is, I'm doing this for the good of the universe, right?
Yeah, I've realized this truth. Why won't anyone else? Kind of thing.
Yeah, And then in Endgame, it's completely flipped on its head, and he's like, I'm doing this because I know what's best, kind of thing, And, yeah, like, just accept it, you little insect, and crush under my boot kind of thing. And he just lost his, the character that he was in the first one. Which is what I was disappointed about, because they had something, really good and strong going, because Thanos doesn't, show up as, like, this just one-dimensional villain. He has this,
yeah, you see
all these other characters.
The good part of that, watch any animated Justice League movie ever. And it's just rife with, you're like, man, okay. That's why I say the animated DCU overall just pulls out its 8-inch softie and just places it on the MCU's forehead. And the MCU just has to take it. Because it's not just Batman. There's the Flashpoint Paradox. There's Justice League Dark War. There's the Teen Titans. Like, there are a bunch of groups in the DCU, I feel, that have... I don't know. Just start watching these movies, y'all. If you haven't... You'll see what I mean. Just watch any of them. Watch any one of them, and you'll be like, oh, okay, here, I know what he's talking about.
But yeah, that's why I prefer Infinity War over Endgame. It was because of Thanos, really.
Yeah. Thanos is the most well-rounded, probably, character that...
I like Thanos because he wasn't cracking jokes like Ultron or Loki.
Yeah, he wasn't...
He's like, no,
I missed all the other Avenger movies. I didn't watch any of them.
Oh.
It's fine. You didn't really need to.
I just watched Infinity War and Endgame. Those two I did watch.
So yeah, there are 5 Avenger movies canonically. There's Avengers, Avengers 2, and then there's Captain America: Civil War, which is basically an Avengers movie.
They just wanted to get through that contract with what's his face, Captain America, so that they could sign him again.
I thought they got rid of him.
Also, one of the best
And they turned
scenes
him
is
into, like,
ruined.
the Falcon or something, right? The Falcon took his place.
No, I'm talking this in Civil War.
Yeah.
They only had him on for 3 Captain America movies and any movies he would be in before that.
Gotcha.
So they needed to re-sign him.
I got
So
it.
instead of making that Avengers 3, they went with Captain America Civil War.
That's such a cop-out.
Yeah, one of the best scenes in the movie is, Captain America is able to lift the hammer, finally, and then it's thrown away by them making him an old man and giving it... There's a lot of problems with Endgame. People forget. That movie is so good, they tend to overlook the crippling failures of that movie.
It's Falcon who takes over, right? Or something?
Yeah, why is Falcon the new Captain America? The non-powered member of the team is now Captain America. Why is that?
Oh, he has no powers?
No,
I thought he could fly or something.
that's the suit.
Oh.
Captain America doesn't have powers either.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He's a super soldier.
Yeah, he's the
That's
correct
not a power.
He's
They just injected him with a bunch of steroids.
They pumped him full of drugs. That's his power.
So you're saying Black Panther also doesn't have any powers?
Black Panther he has a suit, so...
No, Black Panther found the drugs that they injected into Cap.
man.
Apparently, no. That's been retconned. Apparently, Black Panther in Wakanda, they could just grow that stuff on a tree.
Yes.
Which is like, man...
Well, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, that only gets more depressing when you're like, he had it even before they started filming. Oh, geez. I'm
no.
sorry, Chadwick. I thought you can afford it, but...
He was battling cancer when he made one of the best Marvel movies. That's a real warrior right there.
Yeah, man.
He was also in, what's it called, Jackie Robinson? Is that the movie?
He was in 42. He
40,
played
yeah.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
So are we
I
gonna...
haven't seen that movie.
Are we going to get a bad CGI Chadwick in the next Panther thing? Or
Please don't do that.
Are they going to Star
gonna
Wars
do
it
it.
up with like they did with Leia?
Man,
They're
don't
gonna do it. It's Disney.
Don't
They've already
do
done
it.
it.
Don't do it. Oh, don't.
I don't want them to either, but they're gonna.
Oh, don't do that to my guy. Oh, man.
Speaking of MCU movies, did you guys hear about this? There was a recent update to the Google or Wikipedia entry for the cast of the upcoming Doctor Strange film. It includes Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
The two Spider-Mans?
Yeah. The film is about Doctor Strange. I said Doom, didn't I?
You started to, but you caught yourself midway. Oh man, if Doom and Strange did the Matamorian fusion dance and become Doctor Strange Doom,
So
the next Doctor Strange movie is about him bouncing around the multiverse.
that means we're gonna get two different Spider-Mans.
Yes.
So I love that they are aware that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield got shafted as Spider-Man. So I like to think Spider-Verse opened the floodgates of we can bring back previously other iterations.
Can we please get the Green
Also, I
Goblin?
love that Spider-Man is the go-to. Because it's essentially, when I say animated DCU or Marvel MCU, it's who do you prefer, Spider-Man or Batman?
Which version?
That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say which version, and then
I do love the Dark Knight, so
The best Spider-Man you hold in your heart versus the best Batman you hold in your heart. To be fair, we got to compare the greats. No,
I think Batman wins out for me because I like Batman in general better.
Spider-Man, because Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite movies ever.
Which one's that one? That's the one.
that's Dr. Octopus.
Okay.
Alfred Molina.
That's the one with the mechanical arms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Have I sent a picture to Greg? I need to show you guys this from Spider-Man 3. You know, they had that CG shoot, the black suit.
For Venom, right?
Yes. And when Spider-Man is taking it off,
Oh no. Okay.
Tobey Maguire was wearing a shirt, so they CG'd abs onto him.
Oh man.
I did not know that. That's lovely. Man, well, they had the CGI the abs.
Wait, did they have to CGI those abs
do
in the
that for
first
me?
movie?
I mean, the whole Spider-Man was CGI, so yes.
No, but I mean, remember in the scene when he starts stripping down, he's like, "Oh look, I'm Muslim, and all these muscles."
Maybe.
Also CGI. No.
Man.
Dude,
Okay, so-
dude, what if all movies, just the abs were just CGI? Just like
No,
Thor.
no,
CGI.
abs aren't real. People have them.
I know.
But have you guys ever seen when you can? There's no mistaking actual Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man outfit. You're like, oh man, oh boy. Because I think there's a scene where he's talking to Dr. Ogg and you just see him, and he has to take the mask off so they can't really CGI all the muscle in there anymore. And then you're like, oh boy, is this our friendly neighborhood, man? Oh geez, you get out of here.
Oh.
It's like, I see why you're crying all the time, Toby. My goodness.
I just like the one with the Green Goblin. That's my favorite one of the Spider-Man.
So, first one?
Yeah.
The first
one.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Well, I think because Willem Dafoe is such an excellent actor, he just crushed that being a bad guy role. I think
Dude,
that...
it's great. It really is. I love the Green Goblin. He's
Also
especially that he dies in like the first scene. You know?
Also, conversely, equally a great villain and an awful villain. Unfortunately, I'd say the Vulture in the Spider-Man Homecoming is an excellent.
Which one is that?
Michael Keaton, Batman.
I
wanted him to be the bad guy, but instead they wrote him as this relatable dad figure, which I'm like, oh, they did a good job, but that's not what I wanted. Same thing goes with, did you guys see the movie Logan, by any chance?
No, that one I missed.
That is an excellent movie. Great writing, great character direction. Awful superhero movie. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Hugh Jackman to yell, rip his shirt off, and kill a bunch of people.
X-Men Wolverine's Origins. You watched that one?
I sure did.
Yeah. Deadpool shows up. He makes a nice little
I know.
Also, and then he shows up again in Deadpool 2, and then he kills him.
Yeah. Dude, that version, man.
Why can't we get into the Deadpool verse where freaking Ryan Reynolds just goes through all of his Deadpool appearances?
Oh man, is there gonna be another one?
Eventually, but it's not currently in the works.
Because I love Ryan Reynolds. I love that dude.
Didn't Ryan Reynolds go to the DCU to kill Green Lantern?
Yes.
He also went to the Pokemon universe and became Pikachu.
He sure did. Is Deadpool like one of these titans that is just this omnipresent being just under our noses?
We should get a Deadpool movie where he goes into every movie Ryan Reynolds has been in.
Oh man, could you imagine him waiting and it's just Deadpool as a waiter in like his Applebee's type place, and then he's just into a girl's steak. Oh man.
Is this a movie?
Yeah, it's called Waiting, where it's
Oh my god, I need to go see this now. Just because it has Ryan Reynolds in it.
It has Ryan Reynolds. No, this is an all-star cast, I tell you what. But there's a poor waitress, and the girl, she's like, oh man, my food's bad. And then she takes the food to the kitchen, and all the cooks and all the staff line up, and they're like, oh, she's gonna get it. So they start going through the line, and each individual person does an awful, disgusting thing to this plate of food.
Oh my god. That's terrible.
No, man, it's great. And then at the end, you have Dane Cook with a touch of garnish, and he reaches into his pants and he pulls out that garnish.
Oh my lord.
And then Ryan Reynolds takes the plate to the girl. She eats it. She's like, "Oh, that's delicious," and you can see him stifle a laugh. And he's like, "You're welcome." That's good. And they're like, "Oh yeah, never mess with people that handle your food." Yeah, no, that's the golden rule right there.
That is a rule. But then sometimes you worry that you did something that pissed them off, and you're just like, please no, don't, no, I'm sorry.
I know where you're taking that steak. Don't you do it. I know.
No, don't take my food. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Oh, but yeah.
So
yeah, no one got a PlayStation or an Xbox. That's crazy.
yeah.
Always got to find a way to bring it back. Yeah.
The quintessential issue.
Because some would argue that not Christopher, never, but me, Isma and I tend to derail things. But see, I could always bring it back. So yeah, no one got an Xbox or a PlayStation. That's crazy, yo.
So something that I heard, somebody tried to fabricate this story that the Series X would start smoking out the top. Like 2 people uploaded videos of smoke coming out the top of their Series X like a smoke machine. And then, people...
Man, could you imagine, though?
Yeah. The Xbox Series X just burst into flames.
I mean...
No, it just disintegrates. No fire, because we don't want anyone to be harmed, but the complete and utter destruction of a console would be funny on stream.
Usually, like, you just watch it, it just kind of, like, turns into ash.
Yeah, day one, y'all, we got it. Let's see it. And then it just melts. And like, oh.
It just completely disappears.
Dude, I've had things melt on me, though. Like, not my previous laptop, but the laptop before that. The entire backing where the fan is melted. So, like, you can see the plastic, because it dried up, right? So it's, like, bent inward, and there's, like, a big old hole into the fan. And you're just, like... When the guy looked at me, because apparently my motherboard was fried too, so he looks at the thing, and he's like, "Dude, you realize the whole entire thing right here is like all melted down?" And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, but can you fix it?
No, the motherboard was fried, so that laptop was dead.
Man, no. Speaking of laptop problems, my computer has given itself a virus. I don't know. I'm stuck in this infinite loop of you got to restart to fix the problem, and you restart and then it just dies. And you're like,
well, yeah, you're done for at that point.
Yeah, no, I get the screen of it's diagnosing what the problem is.
Is it a blue screen?
Yeah, it gets the
blue screen of death.
No, it's you should try restarting. Sometimes it fixes the problem, but I don't get the restart. I just get it turns itself off.
Yeah. So that's usually like the blue screen of death, but like for new computers.
Well, I mean, as it has been mentioned, I got my laptop for basically nothing. So I mean,
yeah,
time for a new laptop.
Dude, that reminds me of this one funny story. So my friend went to a flea market, bought a laptop for I think it was like $50.
That's a steal, even if it doesn't work.
That thing was full of viruses. Because
Yeah?
he tries turning it on, it like turns on its own, it turns off on its own, it just does all sorts of things. He's like, what the hell did I buy?
Man, my PlayStation 3 does that. Oh man.
I'm pretty sure someone has like a remote access, thing to it or something, and they're just messing with them as you. I kind of want to do that now. Just go to a flea market, sell a $10 laptop, and just have it.
I know, but you got infected with all the viruses.
Yeah, you do that, and then you just start typing towards them, and you're just like, hey, I am a ghost that lives in this computer.
No,
mess with them.
You go, wake up, man. The Matrix has you, and they're like, oh god.
What was that one movie? Was it Die Hard, where the guy presses enter and it just blows up his room?
I've never seen the first Die Hard, so.
Man, that's like some Batman tech. You guys watch The Dark Knight, where he's like, oh, if you type in your name, it'll melt the system. And then Morgan Freeman's like, Morgan Freeman. He announces as he types it in, and all the computer screens just black out.
Man, I love Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, you're so cool. Also, didn't you marry your stepdaughter or something?
Not
a stepdaughter, but
what?
there's a robot chicken joke that came out a while back, and
I was not made aware of this.
No, it was one of those things where it said a thing about an actor, and then the show went away for a little bit, which leads me to believe some of the things they said might actually be a little accurate. Yeah, Robot Chicken's been canceled a plethora of times, probably because they went after the wrong people.
Speaking of Robot Chicken, when are we getting South Park? Cause
whenever they feel like it.
Because it's been a while since we had that.
They're working on their second special.
Really?
They have a lot to live up to.
Okay, alrighty.
Do you think they would actually do a second special after the pandemic special? Do you think it would be a special centered around the election if everything goes as it is projected to be?
I was thinking aiming it towards another Console Wars 2 kind of thing.
Oh, maybe.
That would be even better.
Yeah, but it'd still be a pandemic special because everyone has because naturally, I think
pandemic special too.
I think there'd be consoles, there would be the election, and then there would be the pandemic. I think there'd be a trifecta.
I think if they're gonna do the whole election thing, it probably wouldn't happen until December 14th then, because that's when the Electoral College meets.
Yeah, we would. Everything.
Also,
has to
didn't
be
Trump
settled.
already call for a recall? And then people were saying, Trump, you want to lose twice?
Well, yeah,
the disrespect.
they're doing a hand recount in Georgia currently.
Okay.
So we'll find out about that. And then there's the case in Pennsylvania. And then
what is that?
So
for those of us that aren't following the media.
So in Pennsylvania, supposedly...
What the hell? Probably
someone has come to the place that we are.
I know. I heard the bell ring, and I was like, am I even saved by the bell? I don't know. But no, in Pennsylvania, there's a... So his case is essentially that... I'm trying to remember this properly. Because it's not that there was fraud, it was about the process in which the ballots are taken in based on the 14th Amendment. Because this was what happened in George Bush's case in Florida. So apparently the mail-in ballots were not being assessed the same way as a ballot is that when you go in for your thing. So
Why not? Right off the bat,
it's like
why not?
Because one has more security scrutiny while the other one doesn't. And so that was kind of a basis for the case. So in George Bush's case, I think what ended up happening was because it was really close in Florida with Al Gore. And so...
But because he was super serial. Go on.
Yeah, he was super... yeah, he was super serious. And so...
Oh man, I hope in the second... Hold on, just real quick. I hope Al Gore makes a reappearance in the second pandemic special. I hope he comes in to save the day.
And so...
He somehow explains that man-bear pig is...
And so in Bush's
oh my god,
case,
Randy made to man-bear pig, and that's where the virus came from.
No, and so in Bush's case, he won his case, and he ended up winning the presidency because he won Florida. So based on that Pennsylvania case, I think there's 400,000 ballots at risk that could, depending on if he wins his case, then those would go out the window. In which case...
What?
Yeah, roughly 400,000 I think was the number. I might be wrong.
That seems highly suspect.
Yeah.
That they could... yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on if he wins his case or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's a high number.
It is a really high
It's
number.
a strangely high number.
Yeah, it's 4. I think it's 400,000 in ballots, and then you have the case in Michigan with the Dominion software, which is supposedly the software that you used when you make your vote. When they counted the votes, it changed the votes. So
What?
So when you put your ballot in the machine, because a machine takes the ballot, it reads it, it goes, oh, you voted for so and so, because we don't have people.
See, no, that sounds like tampering. I'm
And-
starting to believe. I don't know. I thought Trump was a sore loser, but I'm starting to hear stuff that I'm like, man,
supposedly in one county there were 6,000 ballots that were changed, so he's calling for a recount there, so they'd have to count it by hand. But supposedly that same software was used in, I think, 40-something different counties in Michigan, and supposedly
yeah. See,
it was
why
used
is
in different
technology
states.
messing everything up, yo?
So we don't know what's going on. We'll find out probably by the 20th, I think, is when the thing is due.
We just have to get a definitive answer after these recounts happen.
Yeah. And then you also have the court cases and that kind of thing. And depending on
if
that...
they just released the COVID vaccine, all this could go away.
Well, Pfizer says it's 90% accurate efficiency. So, I mean...
I know I want the one that they're not giving to us because, again...
that would be the one.
No, because at the end of the day, medicine and all that is in fact a business.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. Well, Pfizer's is at, I think, 90% efficiency now, so they're probably ready to send it out.
If that's the case, why don't they just put it in those crop trails that the planes put on? Why don't they just aerosol the whole planet?
I think, dude, have you ever gotten the flu spray?
No, I did not even know there was a flu spray. What? Hold on.
Yeah, so
Does it contain the flu? And you're just like, no school for me.
No, it's the flu vaccine, but they put it up your nose instead of as a needle, because I didn't like needles. They're like, oh, we do it as a nasal spray. Worst thing I ever did, by the way.
Yeah, no, stuff was not meant to go up the nose.
Yeah, no, it was. That was literally the worst flu I had.
Those
in my
of
life.
you that enjoy doing that kind of stuff, no, you should love yourself enough to stop.
I don't like needles. I really don't like needles. So I was like, all right, screw it. We'll do the nasal spray instead. And yeah, that stuff don't work. I got really sick, like deathly sick, and I was like, well, yeah, because, never again.
Directly into the bloodstream is better than absorption through the mucous membrane tissue.
Obviously, yes. That's what my body was telling me.
I had a problem with needles up until me and Greg donated blood. I didn't, because like, do you want to watch or not? I'm like, watch what? And then I happened to look over and I saw the needle that they used. And when my body offered no resistance to that needle, and it just slid right in. I was like, oh boy.
So I had to get blood tests like every month for this one medication I was taking, and dude, it's just so I hate it. I hate the feeling because you just feel kind of woozy, kind of. But as you're just watching your blood drain slowly out of your body, and you're just going, I don't like needles. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just have to brace for it, and I go, okay, it's good, it's done.
But Kevin, why don't you tell us a story from that day you and Greg got blood taken?
Oh yeah, so if you haven't given blood before, listeners, they were telling us, if you're feeling like you're about to pass out, kick your legs and cough. Well, this freaking fool over here, me and him were seated next to each other at the time. So I look over and he just starts causing a scene. And he's just kicking his legs all crazy like. And then all they did was they brought him a 7-Up with a straw taped to it, and then that was it. And he's like, And then I asked him about it after. I'm like, what was that? He's like, oh, I just wanted to see what they would do. And I'm like, really? And then, yeah. And then he stopped. I'm like, how did they calm him down? I just see him over just sipping on the 7-Up. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then afterward, they had... Yeah, no, he's quite a character. And then at the end of it, they had a bunch of, Nutter Butters and snacks, and then they had and they giving out T-shirts, and it was great. I missed 2 periods.
Oh, man.
And then me and him were and then I believe the last class I actually managed to make it to was food science. Man, for those of you who are still in school, take food science. Food science is the awesomest. Anyway.
Well, I mean, depends if you're making food or not, because then, it's not fun if you're not making food.
Well, I mean, it's like, oh, we make the food this way because...
oh, that is true, though. Yeah, you get all that.
I guess
stuff.
for me personally, I enjoyed the science-y portion of, oh, this food tastes good because of this. Also,
I mean, that is
watch
interesting,
Food
yes.
Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. That's food, essentially.
Oh, dude, I remember. I don't see it as often as I used to. But on Facebook, there was always that one page called Food. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it would always.
Also,
pop
do you
up.
remember when Randy Marsh from South Park was into the food? And he's like, oh, cream freeze. Oh, yeah. And
Dude, they were also into that. What was the other one? The one where they're killing people.
What?
Oh yeah, the trend was the old couples would do it while watching murder investigation shows.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
For some reason, yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, our parents are really into these how the married couples get away with murder. And I'm like, what?
And then they started murdering each other too. That's funny.
Wasn't that also like the solution was to lock those shows behind the password of How Do You Tame a Horse in Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they all got into Minecraft, and it was pretty funny.
Man, South Park, you're so good.
Dude, I remember the days when Minecraft didn't have horses. Isn't that crazy?
I am a strong abdicator of Minecraft, so no.
Oh, fair enough.
No.
Because Minecraft was quite a revolutionary game at the time.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Of the dim?
At the time, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of time.
Yeah, no one managed to have the time to go and pick up an Xbox or a PlayStation. That's crazy.
Yeah, and not even somebody who could rewind time 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Is it that time again?
I don't know, is it?
Well,
Did I rewind 30 minutes?
to be perfectly honest, I don't remember where we left off.
I kind of don't want to.
But we're like mid-season.
No, we introduced the time mafia.
Oh,
We introduced the
yeah.
time credit card.
Oh yeah, the damn
I-
time credit card that Isma bought a person with.
I did that?
Yes.
I don't recall this.
Oh no, it was Masaka-kun or Bakana, one or the other.
Well,
I don't know how you recall these names either.
Because they're both just Japanese words for impossible. It's the funniest thing. Watch any anime where they go Masaka, Bakana, and then they go impossible.
Okay.
so
Yeah, Masaka bought Deep Throat, a person with his time credit card.
no, Ismont bought Deep Throat with his
Oh yeah, we were
time
talking
credit
about how
card.
Batman had a Bat credit card in the Batman and Robin movie.
And then we tied that in somehow.
Oh yeah,
I'm not-
because time credit card.
Yeah, sure.
So then
Man, George Clooney, do you feel bad about that movie? Putting nipples on your Bat outfit?
no,
Buying a person with money?
What year was this?
2000 something or 1990 something.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s. I would
Okay,
say.
I got you. Is this the one with the penguin, or is that the...
No, this is Mr. Freeze and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. Freeze.
Okay, I completely missed the movie, and because you said there's Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, I gotta go see it now.
Yeah.
You're gonna see the scene where they're like, "Oh, we've gathered all these people here to auction off a person," and you're like, "Whoa." But instead of 40 acres and a mule and all that, Batman offered to pay what I think it was like $9 million for a person.
I love the Arnold. He's great.
Batman, why? What? Did Batman own the bank? Is that how he got a Bat credit card?
I'm
Why
pretty sure
doesn't the
that's only
bank
way.
disclose the information of who Batman is? Don't they have his home address?
Well, it's his bank, so he could just call it the Batman.
Man,
The
could
Bat
you
will
imagine
know.
going into a bank for a loan and it's just Batman in a suit?
With bat nipples.
Dude, I'd go to that bank.
Oh, poking through? Oh, man.
Imagine trying to rob that bank now.
No, the defense is, the security is impeccable.
Yes.
His pants also had a crack, if you remember.
What year was the Batman with the
Oh
penguin?
my god, the
Oh.
Batgirl suit had a zipper down the... Oh my gosh.
It did?
Yeah, no, when it showed them suiting up, it was all like, oh, look at all the curves and the nipples, and she totally zipped up her...
Why is that a thing?
Because this is the Joel
Because they're like, man, we put nipples on the suits, we might as well go all in.
Man.
This is the Joel Schumacher Batman. There are no rules.
But Michael Keaton's Batman didn't have... Oh, wait, no, that's Schumacher.
That was Tim Burton.
Yeah. I love Tim Burton's Gotham.
Which one? That's the,
which was basically Chicago, actually.
Yeah.
But
Is that the one with the penguin? Or
Yes.
okay,
The second one.
that's the one I've seen.
Mhm.
I've seen the one with the penguin and Catwoman, right?
Also, Catwoman, all she did was fall out of a window and then some cats licked her fingers.
Yes.
And that's how she became Catwoman.
That's the worst origin story ever.
Do you prefer the Catwoman with Halle Berry?
Yes.
Which one is that?
It was like a cat deity gave her powers.
No,
Oh.
she fell into cat toxic waste.
No, that's the Joker.
No, dude, in the Halle Berry Catwoman, she fell into cat waste and then she woke up as a Catwoman.
I like the Joker origin story in what's it called? The Killing Joke.
Well, I've never watched The Killing Joke all the way through.
Isn't
I've seen the movie in out of order clips.
Oh,
But isn't it not even like different from his origin in the comics?
I don't know.
Which
I like the
origin?
origin story though.
The origin of him falling into the
Him being Green Red Hood into
the chemicals.
Yeah, he fell into chemicals, and then that's how he got all bleached up.
Mm-hmm. I know, but chemicals doesn't drive you insane. It just bleached his skin and his hair.
Well, I mean, he lost his what was his wife and his kid, right?
Yeah.
Something right before. It was just one bad day. It was one bad day, Kevin.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because supposedly he gets told his wife died, and that was the whole reason he was gonna help these mobsters.
Yeah.
do the
Also,
job.
that's an awful backstory for a great villain. What MC villain has that kind of backstory? Would none be accurate? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I prefer a more serious tone in my superhero movies, as dumb as that sounds. I like the superhero movies that take themselves seriously, not the ones that are like, hey, line, joke.
You know, Kevin, I do feel it though. I do feel it because
It was cool for a while, but now that they haven't been able to do anything else with their franchise, I feel
because the MCU I do feel is more like comedy oriented rather than like action film.
Also, I like just random. No, I love when Aquaman steps on the lasso of truth and he just starts throwing all the shade at his team members. But then he's like, "Oh, but you, Wonder Woman, you're about to catch this fish pee-pee." And then they're like, "Aquaman, you're standing on the lasso," and he's like, "Oh." And then he says, "Yeah, but you, Wonder Woman, though, you're about to catch this fish pee-pee." Man, Justice League was great, even though it was edited into absurdity. But when is the Snyder Cut, the 4-part version of the original movie, supposed to come out?
I think it's not even coming out until 2022.
Wait, what is this?
The Snyder Cut of Justice League. No. Yes, Justice League.
It's going to be a 4-part series,
Oh.
which is like, man. So I'm hoping for mullet Superman in the black and silver outfit. That's all I'm saying. Also, I want a bad Remember in the original Justice League, and it has the line where he asks Batman if he bleeds, and it's like, man, too bad they kept that in, but they edited all the other stuff out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just, man. Oh.
No, it made for good trailer fodder.
No, but when those trailers were coming out, it was a different movie, though.
Yeah.
Also, there were brave souls that snuck onto set and snuck pictures of the suit that was not in the movie, which is crazy.
Because What's-His Face was like, no, I want a more colorful movie. Whoever inevitably got the directing part.
Yeah, whoever he is. He's like the Hayden Christensen. No, Hayden Christensen did a good job, and George Lucas told him to do a bad job.
You know, just off topic real quick though.
What?
Bug Snacks came out.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was about to buy it and then I didn't buy it. But I was about to. So next time.
What is Bug Snacks even about?
That's a good question. That's why I wanted to hold off on the purchase. Because I was like, well, I mean, it's out now. I could buy it. It's on sale. Should I buy it?
You should save your money for Little Hope.
I mean, I could go buy that right now, too.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's been out since, I think, a little bit before Halloween, right?
Mm.
I think that's when it came out, like a little bit before Halloween. Like a couple days.
Oh, okay, so when are we going to stream A Little Hope? I mean, Halloween's
that's
over.
It's up to you guys.
But I mean, as soon as Kingdom Hearts is done, we're going to have a hole for another, . I'm talking real quiet because I don't know.
I would like it if we'd never played Little Hope.
You know, I did hear bad things about it, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard nothing at all, so that may as well be bad things.
I heard good things about Man of Medan, then I played it and realized it was awful. So if there are bad things about Little Hope, then...
I know, but what if the good things you love?
I'll pick it up eventually and then I'll play it. And then, I'll tell you guys how it goes.
Man, okay, so for those of you who listen and watch the stream, man, I just got to apologize again. I got my boy, Aaron Ashmore, killed for no reason. That dumb heartbeat minigame is stupid, and Chris, did you do it successfully, or did you fail it also?
No, he did it twice in a row.
The same one with Alex the 2 times that I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tried the one that you did and failed, and then he failed that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that maybe that part of the game is just not good. That one microcosm.
I think... No, what really pissed me off, though, was we redid it, and it still ended up with the ending where he's dead.
For whatever reason, we had to load the save where we had saved him.
It's too late now.
Which is weird, because I had assumed... Because we went to continue, right? I thought it'd continue from where we had saved him.
Yeah.
Guess not.
But no, it did not. Instead, it screwed us over and said, no.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll pick up a Little Hope, and actually, no. I'm going through the Kingdom Hearts myself, and I'm kind of starting to blow through it.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, is that today?
Yeah.
That is today.
So let's wrap this up.
All right, this was episode 21, the drinking age of the podcast.
What the hell is that?
Oh, what? There's something there?
Don't say anything else. Would have been better if we'd already been on the square. If you go to anchor.fm/BEAN-STOCK, that's anchor.fm/bean-stock, you can find all the links for the podcast on all 6 of the platforms that we stream on. We also have all of our socials linked to the descriptions of each episode as well as on our Anchor page. We also have a YouTube channel which is also linked in the description and on the Anchor page. We have a Twitch channel as well. It's not linked on the Anchor page, but it will be in the description of this video. It is twitch.tv/beansonstream, spelled exactly as you would spell it, one word.